is Lachey. I'm back with another YouTube video. Comment, like, and subscribe. Hit that subscribe button. I need more subscribers or whatever. But, as you know, I am a medical assistant, and I've been researching a lot of videos of, the pros and cons of being a medical assistant. And I wanted to say my little ish or whatever, to get mine out there, because it's a lot of different pros and cons for different offices. Being a medical assistant, you can work for different physicians: OBGYN, endocrinologist, internal medicine, dermatology, anywhere. And that's a benefit for being a medical assistant. And I wanted to, chime in and say my little pros and cons, because for me, I work in an internal medicine office, and I work for about 8 doctors. And each medical assistant is assigned to at least 1 to 2 doctors. And we see people, we see colds, we see flus, we see, leg swelling, type of swelling. Internal medicine, you don't know what you're going to run into. So yeah, let's get this video going. So the first, I can say the first pro and con it goes between in the middle for me is the pay. Because based off my experience, you do get raises, but where I work, you get a raise every year. And it's kind of not like a big raise. It can be 10 to 30 cents, can be $1. And everybody start at a different pay. Sometimes you can start at $13 to go $14. It depends on what your manager is asking, or what they suggest that you should get paid. So if you don't have experience, if you're just out of school, you're going to get the starting rate that they're going to give you, which is probably like 13 and some change. But you have to realize you're just out of school, you don't have no experience, or the only experience you got is from your externship. So it can be a pro and con, because it's going to go higher, but you have to work years to get up there. Actually, and I do got my notes on my little computer or whatever. So, so if you see me looking down, this is what I'm looking at. 2, I feel that you can learn more on the job than in school. So that could be a con, because in school, they're basically teaching you the basics, like finger pricks, blood pressure, all the basics. But when you get into a job, medical assistant job, you're going to do more. You're going to do EKGs. You're going to do more, more injections, more everything. Because where I was at, my externship was at an endocrinologist office. I was doing Prolia shots. And for a good thing is where I was at, because he had, on the opposite side of his office, he had an office where he was like, I guess, having people come in and try new medications that was coming out. So I got to, do EKGs over there. I got to spin blood, pack up urine to be shipped out, pack up blood to be shipped out. Like I said, Prolia injections. So it depends on where you're at, basically. Right now where I'm at, and with internal medicine, all we really do is take the patient back as soon as they're checked in, get their vitals, ask them some questions, and we're done. And then the doctor goes in, and then the nurse goes in and discharges them. The last job I had before I got this internal medicine job was basically at another internal medicine physician's office, and we were doing pap smear. We were doing basically what the nurse was doing, plus being a medical assistant. Pap smears, ear lavages, EKGs, any type of injection. And plus, we were doing babies all the way on up. So we were getting we were doing well child checks, basically. Physicals for babies, getting their all of their injections they need, weighing the newborns, basically. So, and I had to leave that position because he went independent. He keep all of us. So I had to go find another job, and the job I'm at now is where I was placed. Well, yeah, basically placed, because that's where I was like, I was there because a girl went on maternity leave and I just went back. So I kind of believe learning more on the job than in school will be a con, because I feel like you need to be learning what you're going to do, but it's kind of not learning what you're going to do, because you don't know where you're going to be placed. You don't know what doctor you're going to be working with. But I believe you should be doing more than just the basics, whatever. So number 3, working in different specialties. So that's a pro. You can do more, work at, like I said, dermatologist, endocrinologist, oncologist, anything, anybody that accepts a medical assistant. I feel like medical assisting prepares you to move on as like to become a nurse or to become anything else. It helps you because it gives you more knowledge than, just going straight in for a nurse. I feel like you would know more. You'd be like, oh, I picked this up in, medical, in school, or, when I was working at this place, I learned how to do this and all this. So I feel like that's a pro. Number 5, I feel like this is a con, that it is a lot of pressure working as a medical assistant. But each physician is different, because at the last physician office I was working, this man seen patients every 10 minutes. So 2 o'clock, 2:10, 2:20, 2:30. And the waiting room constantly stayed packed. And you have to bring those patients back like this. So it is a lot of pressure, because you never got to sit down at all. You never, you rushing to get a drink of water. So you have to know what you're doing, because he's going to come out and scream, why this isn't done? Why, whatever. So 6, recognition. I feel like this is a con. I feel like medical assistants don't get the recognition they deserve, because like I said, I've done nurse's job plus a medical assistant job, and we don't get all the recognition a nurse does. Like at my job that I'm at now, medical assistant week was like a new thing they didn't even know about. But nurses week, they get everything. They get a gift card, they get a letter from the CEO of the place that I work at, and they get a party and all that stuff. And medical assistants, I feel like we should get more, but that's my opinion. Some people might think differently, but I feel like that is my opinion. 6, benefits. Where I'm at, you get benefits working full-time, which is 40 hours a week. I get dental, medical, and eye exams. I also get discounts at certain places like Verizon, and and for my car and stuff like that. I guess food places, and you do get discounts showing your badge, so that is a pro. Number 8, like I said, some places you can do what a nurse do, but you will get less pay, so that could be a con. You do not get paid the same thing as a nurse does. A nurse will always receive more than a medical assistant. Like I said, I believe the starting rate, from my experience, I can't speak on anybody else at any different state or any different office, is 13 and some change. So I believe, I don't know what nurses start at, probably $15, $16, $17 and some change. I'm not too for sure. But you can do what nurses do, but you're not going to get paid the same thing as a nurse. Let's see. Number 9, this is a pro and con. You have to be prepared mentally, physically, and emotionally. You got to be prepared for those, those rude doctors, those rude patients, or the rude employees, lazy employees. You know, you can't just set it off up in there and just go off. You can't do that because then you won't have no job. You know, sometimes you got to go to your boss about it, or, you know, you just bite your tongue because you set it off in there. But you got to let them know that you don't play. You're not playing, because, or they will just treat you like total shit. But, you know, you just got to do what you got to do. You know, you can't just let somebody run you away from your money. Basically, that's what I'm trying to say. You got to be prepared for all of that. And physically, you know, that running around, that gets you tired. You know, my chest and my heart be beating and stuff. And it's like, dang, this is my exercise for today. Because I be tired. I be all out of breath and thirsty, mouth all quenched and stuff. But you'll get used to it. 10, I'll say PTO is a pro and a con, because you do, every time you get paid, you get a certain amount of PTO hours. And you have to build those up, because you never know what will happen. You don't know, a family member gets sick. You don't know, your car can get messed up. You don't know what will happen. But for the PTO, the pro is you can take vacations. That's what you use for your vacations. Everybody need a day off to relax and just, you know, just relax your voice, you know, take a me day, whatever. So the con is, where I'm at, based off my experience, I don't like it because, you know, if our system is messed up or whatever, or a doctor take a vacation, you know, you're automatically using your PTO. And I think that's total BS, because we built that up and we should not be having to use that. And for holidays as well, I think that should be coming from the company. But, you know, July 4th and Christmas, and, you know, Christmas Eve, we work half a day, and then Christmas is off. So that's a total of, 12 hours gone already. And that pisses me off. So, you know, you got to build those up. Keep it going. You know, don't just take days off for no freaking reason. You know, if you need that break, then take that break, but don't take days off just because. But number 11, this is actually a tip. Take notes. Take notes. I've been where I'm at for going on 4 years now in April, and I still take notes. You never know what's the new thing you're gonna want to know, or, you know, stuff changes. Like, I know now, like, the temperature, average temperature, you know, is not 98.6 now. I don't even know what it is. Just like average blood pressure is not 120/80. I don't even know what it is. It's like 130/90 or something like that. They always changing something. But, you know, just take some note, whatever. But a lot of stuff is mostly common sense. But, you know, what I mean by taking notes is, like, if you do a flu shot, you're going to have to code all that. So, you know, so the patient can get billed, and, you know, so your job, you know, wherever you at, can get paid. So you're going to have to learn how to do that. You know, you don't want to keep going back and asking, you know, the head nurse or your manager how to do this, because they're going to look at you and was like, you know, I just told you this. You know, they're going to get an attitude, they're going to get mad, and they're going to be like, well, if you can't do this, why are you here? So, you know, whatever, if you forget something, you know, get your little notepad, flip, and find your notes that you wrote, and just go on about your business. Number 12 is being a temp. You know, you're taking over a position for somebody who just, you know, who's on maternity leave or something. That can be a pro and a con. A con is, you don't know if you're going to stay, if they're going to keep you, or if they're going to need you if that person comes back. So you need to be finding another job, so while you're that temp. So the days that person is gone, start finding another job. You know, be calling around. A pro is they might keep you, and, you know, you might have a job then already. So that can be, you know, a good thing. 13 can be lunch. Some people don't get a lunch. You know, where I work, you know, sometimes lunch is at 12, and sometimes, you know, the doctor can run over with the patient like 11:30, 11:45 patient the doctor can run over. So, just be prepared for that. But sometimes, where I used to work or I used to do my externship, they used to give free lunch. Drug reps used to give free lunch because they're selling their drug. So, you're going to get that free lunch. They're going to ask you what you want. I loved it, trust me. I used to get a freaking binder full of menus, and then you would get anything you want. And they'd be like, oh, you don't want to take another meal home? You don't want to order another meal to take home? I'm like, hey. But, you get anything you want. And sometimes, like, one day we were sitting there, and one of the employees was like, oh, I want some Starbucks. And it was like, yeah, let's call one of the drug reps to see if they bring you some Starbucks. We called them. We got Starbucks like that for free. Anything you want from Starbucks. Anything you want from those menus, you get for free. So that could be a good thing. 14, pay attention. That could be a tip. Pay attention. When you're in the room with those patients, stop what you're doing while they're talking and listen. Because in internal medicine, they're there for anything. Like, they could be coming for a cough. And they could be like, oh, yeah, I'm here for a cough. And, I want to discuss about this leg pain. Well, how long you been having this leg pain? Just keep it going, and then you're going to want to go out there and tell the doctor, oh, he's actually here for a cough, but he wants to discuss leg pain. If they go in there and they see that this is not on their chart or whatever, excuse me, sorry. But if they go in the room and after you came out and you don't document they're there for leg pain as well, and they start talking about, yeah, I told her that I'm here for leg pain, and they're going to come out and be like, well, what the hell? What happened? Were you even listening? And then you're going to ask about their medications. You have to go through those medications and ask them what their medication, every office visit, because you don't know what has changed. And if they could be like, oh, I'm not taking this, but you click that they're taking it, and the doctor go in there and discuss their medications, that's another issue. So, and then just pay attention. And then another thing is, like, if you come out and the doctor say, oh, I want this injection, I want a pneumonia shot, or a Prevnar 13, or I want a flu shot, or I want, this ear lavage done, and it's the right ear, and you go in there and do the left ear because you're not paying attention. Or if you go in there and get him the pneumonia shot instead of the flu shot, or do it on the wrong patient because you're not paying attention, that will be a big issue, because then there would be a lot of backtrack and a lot of trouble. So please pay attention. And the last thing is tuition reimbursement, which is a pro. If you're there long enough at this job, they will, I believe, they pay a percentage. If you want to keep going to school, they'll pay a percentage. I don't think they'll pay the whole thing for you to go back to school. But yeah, that is my pros and cons. A lot of them was pros and cons, but I hope you understand what I was trying to say. But if you don't, just do the comments. You know what to do in the comment section. Just let me know what you want to know. Like I said, I work in internal medicine, so my pros and cons are not the same as everybody else that work at a different office. So yeah, hit that subscribe button and the like button if you want to see more of me or more about medical assistants. Actually, I did open up an Etsy shop called Manifest 365. It's starting to have all types of medical assistant notes. So if you're in school, you can go and just print that out, and you'll be set. You won't have to do all those notes. And by the grace of God, throughout this year, it will be more stuff on there besides notes, like stuff medical assistants need. Or, and if you think, you got an idea, just hit me down in the comment section and let me know. But it is called Manifest 365 on Etsy, and it has notes for right now. And I will leave the link down below.